This time on Pet Medics, a tiny Shih Tzu comes over all faint. Can Kate figure out why?
Still a bit of a mystery.
An old goat with a sore throat. And a young Rottweiler who's coughing up blood. Can the vets overcome his bark and find out what's gone wrong with his bite?
These diagnostics may just end up being the tip of the iceberg.
In the provincial New Zealand town of Tauranga, the local vets deal with animals from the town and country.
Good boy.
From coughs and colds to lumps and lacerations, every day is different.
Oh my goodness, look at her going.
This morning, new grade Max heads out into rural Tauranga to visit a goat who's feeling a little hoarse.
Apparently in a bit of respiratory distress, apparently coughing. So I've managed to get out and see a few goats in my limited time as being a vet. I'm absolutely loving it. I've learnt so much more over the last 4 months than I did at university.
But there's one thing they don't teach at university.
Hi, Heather.
Hello, Max.
Heather lives on an expansive property overlooking the Bay of Plenty. She might be the only human on it, but she shares her life with 34 miniature horses. She's also cared for 35 rescue goats in her time. 16-year-old Angel is the last one.
16 years.
Yeah.
So good innings for a goat.
Angel's been well looked after, but old age may be finally catching up with her.
She's had a cough now for probably 2 months. She's lost quite a bit of weight.
What has she fed?
She's been out on grass and she has hay, but she hasn't been eating as much.
Angel is the last of Heather's precious tribe of goats.
I brought them all down from Auckland, so it was like Noah's Ark, shifting them all down in a big, big horse plate. They've just got this beautiful personality. I live on my own, and the companionship is just wonderful, and I enjoy every morning getting up and going out and shifting all the electric fences. It keeps me busy, I can assure you.
Max's examination has revealed some worrying signs.
Her heart's going quite quickly, and there are quite harsh lung sounds on the left side. She does have a little bit of a temperature.
Angel is also making some strange noises which seem to be coming from her throat.
I think there could be a bit of a bronchitis and possibly an infection going on.
Okay.
What we'd like to do would be to take some bloods, potentially looking at the kidneys, taking some fecal samples just to see if there's any worm burden going on.
Max takes samples to send off to the lab. Then he administers medicine, leaving Heather with some extra to give Angel in a few days' time.
Hopefully we can get Angel sorted and back on a good recovery route.
Yeah, that would be really good, Max.
There could be something more sinister that we've got going on here as well.
Kaiser is a young Rottweiler, a mass of youthful energy, but he's got owner Nicola worried.
When he gets overexcited, he starts coughing and tries to vomit, but doesn't really vomit. It's just a strange cough.
Nicola has 2 daughters, but Kaiser is her 42-kilo baby boy.
He's really friendly, loves to play. He's still a big baby. Thinks he's a lap dog.
Come on through.
Vet Kate will try to figure out what's causing Kaiser's curious cough.
Is it like a dry cough, or does he bring something up, or flap? Is it brought on by him exercising or getting stressed, or is it when he's just
excited, and he's gone off his food a bit too late?
Okay, get distracted with that. Ooh.
Kate tries to distract Kaiser with a few treats, but he's not happy with the prodding and poking.
Okay. So if you just have a little hold on him there, we'll just see if we can have a listen to his chest.
Yeah. You're all right, stay there.
Kaiser's growling is too loud for Kate to hear clearly.
It's difficult to say, obviously, what's causing that and difficult to examine him awake. Coughing can be obviously caused by lots of different things, a wee throat infection through to something like kennel cough.
With Kaiser becoming ever more stressed, Kate cannot examine him any further without sedation.
We can go ahead and do sort of sedation and chest x-rays straight off the bat, or you can see how he goes with some of this treatment and
See how he goes,
see how he goes. Yep. We'll give him some anti-inflammatories to reduce his fever and any inflammation in his airways, and maybe a small course of some antibiotics.
Despite Kaiser's obvious dislike of being examined, to his family he's just a big softie.
He follows me around everywhere at home. He's just a big baby.
And Nicola hopes her baby will make a speedy recovery.
I am a bit concerned. He's too young to be sick. I hope it's not something serious.
No sooner has Kate dealt with one dog than another, much smaller one has rushed in. Tui, the little Shih Tzu.
She was given a groom and she's apparently fainted in the bath. So we've grabbed her and come down here to see what's going on. Totally out of the blue. Yeah.
At 9 years old, Tui is heading into old age, and the collapse is worrying for owner Andre.
A bit dazed and confused at the moment, I think. She's not normally this quiet, so I think she's a little bit off colour.
To Andre, Tui is much more than just a pet.
Oh, she's everything. Yep, she's everything. Simple as that. She's my life. I know she's just a dog, but she's a big part of our family.
Hiya, you got Tui, have you?
She just like collapsed
Okay.
in the bath, went under the water.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Kate looks for clues that could explain Tui's sudden collapse.
She's been drinking normal amounts and eating normally.
Yep. Yeah.
So her heart's nice and strong and regular.
Kate can't find anything out of the ordinary.
Just want to pop her down on the ground, just let her roam free.
And Tui seems to be returning to her normal, excitable self.
So that's a normal sort of excited behaviour for her?
That's actually, I want to get out of here.
Yeah. She's checked out physically, all normal. Her heart rate and rhythm's normal. Can't find anything too obvious here in terms of what could have caused the collapse, so still a bit of a mystery.
Kate decides further investigation is needed.
Do a little blood test if you like, just to make sure that there's nothing obviously wrong on the bloods that could have led to an episode like that.
Kate takes a sample while Andre is left to ponder just what is wrong with little Tui.
I just think it's a very unusual what's happened, so I think by getting the blood work, then we know what we're dealing with and we can seek treatment for it.
Tiny Shih Tzu Tui collapsed at the dog groomers, and after finding nothing physically wrong with her, Kate is running an in-house blood test to try and get some answers.
So we're just about to run Tui's bloods.
It will take just 10 minutes for the machine to analyse Tui's blood.
We've found an increased liver enzyme. Liver enzyme increases can be seen with liver disease, but also sometimes with a toxicity. We're not sure at this stage whether this increase is related to the collapsing episode she's had today.
Tui will need to return in a week for a second test, which will confirm whether she has liver disease or something worse.
Fainting in dogs can be caused by a lot of different things, and some of them can be quite serious and have ongoing, lifelong consequences.
It's been a week since Kaiser came in with an unusual cough, and today he's back.
He finished his course of antibiotics and his cough settled, and it's sort of come back, and now he's starting to cough up blood.
It's a worrying development.
I am a bit concerned. Just took it downhill over the weekend.
And will he find this visit as stressful as the last?
Last night I seen him cough and he started coughing up blood.
And I could hear like gurgling in his
Breathing.
like when he's breathing like this.
Okay.
The signs are not good, and Kaiser is feeling sick and stressed out.
It's quite unusual, I guess, for it not to have responded to the antibiotics.
Holly wonders if environment could be a factor. Nicola and her family have just moved into a new house.
He vomited not long after we'd been there.
Either something's gone down the wrong way, and it can be grass seeds, it can be all sorts of things. Just a little bit tricky when you just won't let us sort of assess you properly.
Kaiser will need to be sedated so Holly can do a full examination and x-rays.
So it can be really challenging, particularly in a dog Kaiser's size. He's pretty much as big as I am, but obviously a lot stronger.
While Kaiser might not be a fan of the vets, in his mother's eyes, he can do no wrong.
I think he's just scared. Well, my nana's got a little bison freeze, and he's more vicious than this.
Holly's booked Kaiser in for x-rays this afternoon, and she's concerned about what they might reveal.
It does make me relatively concerned that we've got something serious going on. These diagnostics may just end up being the tip of the iceberg if we do find that there's a more significant problem.
Meanwhile, out on Heather's Bay of Plenty property, Angel the goat has been closely monitored since developing a fever and a nasty cough.
Angel is down the farm a bit on beautiful grass.
Vet Max has rung with Angel's test results, which reveal the presence of worms and anemia.
Hello, little girl.
Having taken care of so many goats and horses in her time, Heather's an old hand at medicating, as Angel well knows.
Doing it for years. I've learnt so much, so much.
But Angel's also an old hand, and she's not making the job easy.
Angel, come on, sweetheart. Yeah, I've got it this time.
Heather gives her antibiotics and vitamin B12 to boost her low iron levels. But she's still seeing worrying signs.
She's still breathing quite rapidly. She's still got a cough. I guess we just see over the next few days.
Hopefully there'll be an improvement by the time Max returns for a checkup. Back in town, Kaiser has returned to the clinic with his family for x-rays, under sedation.
So we're just drawing up the sedation for Kaiser, and we're giving him fairly hefty doses just so he goes nice and sleepy and is safe for us to handle. Okay, we're ready to go.
It's a 3-person job.
If you just distract him, I can do it down the back here. Just distract his head area.
Boy, good boy.
Good boy, that's it. You're all right. Hey.
Good boy, Kaiser.
Perfect, done.
So far, so good. But there's a long way to go for Kaiser today. Holly prepares for a second procedure to take a sample from Kaiser's lungs.
We may need to do a tracheal lavage or a tracheal wash, so just setting up so that we've got everything ready for that.
That's a good boy.
With Kaiser sedated, Holly is taking the unusual step of enlisting the owner's help while she takes x-rays.
If we can lift him up onto the table and get him on his side.
Good man. Good man.
It's the most relaxed I've ever seen him.
Looks a bit funny.
A little bit worried. He's where he needs to be.
Something that's there.
So it's mainly left-sided, it's a problem. But like even here it's abnormal. See how like white that lung is?
It's bad news. Holly and Kate have found abnormalities in both of Kaiser's lungs.
He's got some pretty big changes on his x-rays. There's an area, especially on the left side of his lungs. The lungs, significantly diseased on that side.
It could be anything from that he's just had a really bad chest infection there that's gone through to, I guess, cancer would be a worst case scenario. We might have some tough decisions to make depending on the outcome of these results.
The vets need to do a tracheal wash, a procedure that involves putting fluid into the lungs, then sucking it back out to obtain a sample. It's Holly's first time doing one, and Kate has some words of wisdom.
It's a pretty fast procedure. Like basically we're going to intubate, roll him around to the left. I'll lift the back end up a little bit to try and get the fluid to go back towards you. You're going to fire that thing down, and have you got a suction syringe to suck it up with? Let's do it.
Holly begins by inserting a tube into Kaiser's lungs, then squirting fluid down it.
Fire that down. Might roll him onto that side and then slosh. Fire it in. Yep, go, go, go. Yep, okay, now suck, suck, suck.
Holly sucks the fluid out for the sample, while Kate does the heavy lifting. Literally.
Are you ready? I'm going to lift him up.
Yeah.
Oh, God, he's so heavy. Cool, so yeah, you've got something. Perfect. That's a really good sample that you've got.
1, 2, 3.
The team have had a good workout after wrangling Kaiser's 42 kilos, but they've come away with several good samples to send to the lab.
Whew, high energy. Hopefully we get some answers from those samples we're sending away.
Kaiser's owners have returned to take him home.
Look who's here, all your family. Maybe I'll just edge out of the way, because I'm probably looking pretty tasty after his treatment earlier today.
Come on, we'll get you home.
Oh, poor old sausage.
And Kaiser knows exactly when to play the sympathy card.
I reckon he's saying, they were so mean to me while I was here.
It'll be an anxious few days for the family while they await results. Tiny Tui first came to the clinic after a dramatic collapse at the groomers last week. She's back today for a second blood test.
Hopefully nothing shows up in the tests and then it was just a one-off.
Her previous test had shown signs that could indicate liver disease.
Her liver enzymes were quite high. It's just something to follow up on and check in case something else is going on.
Hello, Tui. Hi, how you doing? Good. Come on through. We'll just do a little check over, then we'll take another blood sample and just make sure that liver enzymes come back to normal.
Kate searches for any unusual symptoms.
That's ticking along nice and strong in there. Good. Yep, so I think she checks out pretty well.
Oh no, it's good news. Good girl.
Things are physically looking good for Tui, but will her blood tests be as positive?
Perfect, that's all we need.
Good girl.
So what we'll do is we'll run these and fingers crossed everything's normal.
Kate runs the tests and rings Andre with the results.
The good news is that the liver enzyme has halved from what it was, so that's a good improvement. It's something that is on its way down to normal and is probably not going to be causing her any trouble again.
It's great news, and Kate thinks the initial result might have been down to something Tui had eaten. And as for the fainting...
Going to the groomers can be a pretty stressful experience for some dogs. Puts the body under pressure, the heart, all those sort of hormonal things can come under pressure when they're stressed. Tui's now coming up for 10 years of age, so yeah, these things can start to crop up as we get older.
Fingers crossed, there'll be no more fainting for this pint-sized pup. It's been 2 weeks since Max was last at Heather's farm.
Hey Heather.
He's come to check up on Angel the goat, who's been suffering from worms, anemia and a very nasty cough.
Should we go see her?
Yes, we'll go and see her.
She's looking great.
She's looking much better
Nice and sprightly.
and bright.
Angel's 16 years aren't showing. It's a vast improvement on the last time Max saw her.
I think she's put a little bit of weight around the ribs.
Yeah, I'm really pleased with the progress. Really pleased.
Oh, she's looking a lot better, not sort of, coughing or having any respiratory issues by the sounds of it. So, yeah, good to see a nice improvement.
With Angel on the road to recovery, Heather takes the opportunity to show off her miniature horses.
And how many have you got on the property now?
34. The oldest is 29 in August, because I look after my old horses.
You do. Well, clearly you look after Angel, and I can imagine you do the same with your miniatures.
Yeah.
And they're not just long-lived, they're prize winners.
Look at them all.
The next one is Dynasty. He's won a New Zealand title.
Look at that fringe.
It seems everyone is winning.
I would say she's virtually back to what she was before she got sick.
Great to see Angel's appetite's back, clearly.
It's all thanks to you, Max.
Back at the clinic, Holly has received Kaiser the Rottie's all-important test results from his lungs.
It's a particular type of inflammation that they call eosinophilic inflammation.
The cells in Kaiser's lungs are severely inflamed.
Imagine that he's a little bit like a child with asthma.
But what's caused such a dramatic allergic reaction? The answer could be very close to home.
What I was renovating, there's quite a bit of dust.
Well, that could definitely be right up there as a potential cause of what's been going on.
Holly recommends keeping Kaiser away from the renovation area and putting Kaiser on a course of medication. At home, Nicola had been fearing the worst.
I thought, oh no, something serious is going on. Could have been cancer. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed that it wasn't anything serious.
It's been a week since Holly diagnosed the problem as an allergic reaction.
This is the stuff that we've been pulling out which we think has caused his allergic reaction. So that's sort of gone through the house as we've been ripping down walls.
As well as taking his medication, Kaiser has been kept well away from the renovations, and Nicola's baby boy is back.
That one. Good. He's been 100% better, running around, playing again, eating, and no cough. We're really happy that we've got our healthy, happy dog back.